I got destroyed in every sparring that I did just a year ago, and because of it I wanted to quit martial arts. I was pissed because I just wanted to be like the other people in the gym that were good, but I just did not get there. So I know that the 8 things that I'm going to show you today will make you actually better in sparring and a better martial artist in general because they worked for me, okay? This is not the common YouTube advice like, oh, record yourself and all that bullshit. No, we are going deep into today. Okay guys, so the first thing is something that I see in myself and that I see in a lot of other people's. Just today, I wasn't sparring. I did a sparring session and believe me, I'm wrecked today because like 15 rounds of sparring, my body is completely destroyed. But a lot of people are passive when they spar. They just stand there, they do a one, they do a low kick, but not more than that. They just do like 1-piece, 2-piece combinations. And that's too passive. If you want to be a martial artist, you need to attack. You need to go back and then attack again, okay? Like you cannot be passive and just stand there in your guard and wait until he's throwing something and just say you're a counter fighter and just wait until he's throwing something and then counter. No, you cannot be passive as a martial artist. You need to attack, go back, take a few seconds, attack again. Not be passive and throw longer combinations as well. So go in, bam, bam, body hook, uppercut, like 4-piece, 5-piece maybe even, okay? Sometimes. I would not recommend you instantly when the round is starting throwing 5-piece combinations. First gather some data. We're going to talk about how you do this in a second. Throw longer combinations. That's really important. And don't be passive just being in your guard and waiting outside. You need to attack, bro. You are going to make the pressure. That's the key to people. Like that's here you're a beginner and you're like better, okay? Like you're high level. You need to pressure. You need to, if you're not a pressure fighter, okay, but still you need to put in the pace, like still pressure them, still go to them. And you're not waiting until they're throwing, you throw, okay? That's not pad work, you are going to throw, okay? You are going to throw the long combinations, you're going to pressure, wait for a few seconds, and then go in again. You're not waiting, okay? And something that helps with this is cardio. Because why are we doing this most of the time? Because of 2 things, we are scared or we don't have the cardio. So train your cardio and also stop having fear of sparring. So that means that you do not have fear of getting hit, you're not blinking and so on. We are also going to talk about this in a second. Now the next thing is taking time in between combos. So that means when you know do long combinations, okay, you're not just doing the jab and just the low kick. No, you want to get points, so you want to throw a lot. Then there is important that when you throw those combinations, you take a few seconds, you pause for a few seconds, okay, so you throw maybe like out of my head a jab, an uppercut and a body hook. And now you throw that, by the way, my technique looks off because I don't have any room here. You throw that, poof, and now you take a few seconds, maybe you roll, maybe you move your head a bit, okay? You take a few seconds, and then you go back to it again and throw a lot more, okay? Then you can do like an 8-piece combination without risking you getting counted. So that means when you do your combinations, take a pause in between, maybe step back, okay? So, pause, step back, and then go back to it again, okay? That's also the time where the people then want to rush in and you can then capitalize on it because they're rushing in. Then like the power is, your shots are harder when they walk into your shot, okay? So that's the time then when you take the pause where they want to walk in because they now got hit from you. If they're not countering you, they now want to walk in at that time. And now you go back, bam, bam. You piece the combinations together. So combination, pause, you wait for a few seconds, you see if he's throwing something. If he's throwing something, maybe you go back, be a bit defensively, throw back again. Or when you see like bam, 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 you wait for a few seconds, maybe you roll, you see if he's throwing something. If he's not, then go back to it again, hit him again. Do that, move, take a bit of time, move, and go back to it again. Okay guys, now the next thing, and that's something that I did just today, because it's so important, still, I don't know at what level you are, it's still important. I finished sparring today, and I still have like a full-blown list here in my phone of mistakes that I did. Now let me just read one, for example. What did I say? Now, for example, one thing that I noticed is that I hit some people sometimes, like I want to hit them, but they are out of distance, and then I overthrow and I'm open for a few seconds. So that's what I'm going to work on. After this video, I'm going to go down in my basement and drill that for a few minutes. So that's key. You finish your sparring sessions, you finish your training sessions, and you see what mistakes that you did. You write them on your phone, you write them down, and then you drill them for a few minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, to make them better. And maybe you can even do something that is called visualization. You just visualize in your brain, what could you do? Now, for example, you got hit with an overhand. So you visualize yourself rolling the overhand. Okay, just that will make you better at defense and will make you better at like doing this mistake. And just by doing this mistake will be smaller and smaller and smaller until it's not there anymore. Just by drilling and visualizing the mistake and what could you do when this is happening. Maybe you get hit a lot of times when you walk in, so maybe you visualize, what could I do? I could maybe get my head off the center line. And now you visualize and like teach your brain how it's looking, and now you can do it better when you're on sparring and so on. And let me tell you, like every sparring that I do, I get better. Like this sparring today was the best sparring that I did ever. The last sparring was the sparring at that time, like the best sparring at the time and so on. Like it's all of the time I'm improving. Sometimes of course there are bad trainings, I'm just tired as hell, and then yeah, my performance goes down, of course. But most of the time I get better every training just because I look at my mistakes and then I fix them every training, and then I get better every single training. That's how it is. So you go back at your training, you take a bit of time at home and drill the mistakes and write them down. Okay, now guys, and that's the biggest thing here, it's fixing your blinking. Now blinking is so important to fix. Like blinking is not okay. If you have blinking, you need to fix it. It's really important. Now sometimes you're going to blink. You cannot be perfect and not blink all of the time. Don't get that in your brain that, oh, I blinked. Oh, this is really bad. I just blinked one time the sparring session, but that's really bad. No, you're going to blink. I do that sometimes. All okay. But blinking too much like this and having fear of sparring and having fear of entering and just going out there and doing like this. I just sparred a guy today. Like he was a beginner and he got down like this and just shelled up and blinked. That's not good. You're not seeing what is coming, you will get knocked out. So blinking is not good. So how can you fix it? Well, that's the thing that I just said, is don't focus on it, okay? Focusing on it makes it worse. When I focused on it, I blinked so much. When I don't focus on it, I don't even blink. Focusing on it is just like, I'm going to say to you now, don't envision Conor McGregor getting knocked out. Now what did you just do in your brain? I said don't, but you still did it. That's the same with blinking. I said, or you say to yourself, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink. And of course you're going to blink when you say that to yourself. You make your brain prime to blinking. You create a bit of an identity that you're blinking, and then you're going to blink more. So don't focus on it. Another thing that I do, that I see a lot of beginners do, is like this. They spar like this. They want to keep the eyes open. You're going to blink even more. The eyes are now a bigger target when you widen them, so you will blink more. Stop doing this and stop focusing on it. Another thing is, start with light sparring, bro. I was in a gym where I got home with headaches. Headaches the whole time. I switched this gym, but I got headaches. And this was the time where I blinked a lot. And like my sparring was shit. Like this was the time where I got destroyed in sparring. Because I blinked. Now, since I switched gyms and since the sparring was lighter, my blinking has gone better, and also my sparring itself got better. Why? Because blinking is keeping a lot of your skill level. Like when you blink and when you feel like you cannot do anything, like your brain just wants to survive in that situation, so you're not being creative, you don't use your fight IQ. That's why blinking is something that you should fix. So don't focus on it and try to spar light first. Put your ego aside, bro. You want to be a better martial artist and not die with CTE or something. Okay, that's a pretty hard example here, but you know what I mean. Okay, you don't want to, like, that's not your goal. Okay, ego is nothing. We don't need an ego in our fight sports. Okay, we do that because we want to be fighter, we want to challenge ourselves and so on. That's our passion, but we don't need our ego, bro. And if other people are caring, like, oh, what are you, a pussy? Then, bro, they are not good people. They're not good people if they say to you, you're not sparring hard, oh, you're rich. No, then switch gyms. They're not good people, okay? That's just how it is. Now, the next thing is defense, and I'm going to teach you a 3-step process that I will guarantee you after you do that a few times, your defense is like this, okay? Like, you go here, it's this. I guarantee you this. Now, the thing is, watch fights, okay? Don't watch fights like you normally do, or don't even watch fights for the fight IQ, like, oh yeah, I could now maybe throw, oh, you like a 1-2. No, okay? What we do is we watch the fights, we stand up, and we defend whatever the guy on screen is throwing. So, for example, we envision for ourselves that we are now, maybe fight Haggerty versus Rotting, okay, just out of my head. Now we envision I'm Haggerty, okay? And now Rotting is throwing something at you, Rotting is throwing the body kick, I block it. Maybe I even counter it. I drill my counters. Okay. Rotting's throwing a jab. I counter it. Rotting's throwing a jab hook. I roll. I defend. I defend whatever the guy on screen is throwing to me. There's also something called virtual sparring. Like, that's the same thing. You just slip. I don't even do the virtual sparring like, oh, I really do sparring with you. I just do this virtual sparring and I just slip whatever the guy on screen is throwing, okay? That's also something that you can do. Just slip whatever the punches and so on this guy on screen is throwing. Like, I did that for the low kick, okay? I wanted to get my low kick defense up, and I did that with the fights. I focused primarily on the low kicks with the fight. I picked some people that do a lot of low kicks, and then I drilled that a lot. And today I just saw that my defense for the low kick just poof, okay? Again, that works. Just that alone. But now the next thing is do defense drills with a partner. So you watch fights, you defend, you get better there. Before you do defense drills, you get better there. And then you do defense drills with a partner, okay? So that means, again, maybe he's just throwing hooks at you, okay? You just build that up. It's like, okay? It's just a pyramid. You build it up, your partner just starts throwing jabs at you, and you need to defend. You don't know of which side it's going to happen, okay? Oh, yeah, okay, of this side. Okay. And now we pick it up. We maybe do it with jabs and uppercuts. And then we pick it up again. We do it with jabs, hooks, and uppercuts. And then we build everything in, okay? We start light first, and then we build it up again. That's how we do defense drills. It's just simple. And the defense drills that you can do is just go on a wall where you cannot run back, and you just defend whatever your partner is throwing. So you go on that wall where you cannot run back, and you just defend. You block, you slip, okay? Simple. That's a simple drill. And another thing that's like the key for your defense, a lot of people underestimate it, but it's shadow boxing. As well, I drill my defense all of the time in shadow boxing. I drill nearly everything in shadow boxing because I don't have a partner around 24/7. So you need to do shadow boxing. Envision a guy throwing shots at you and you block them, but shadow boxing. You envision an opponent in front of you and you block them in your shadow boxing, okay? And another thing is just important in your normal shadow boxing, also implement a bit of defense, okay? Envision a realistic fight scenario where you shadow box a bit and you're not just doing boxing or kicks, you're also doing boxing. Oh no, I envision he's throwing a jab at me. I blocked that, okay? So also get defense in your shadow boxing. And another thing is feints. And now when you can implement feints perfectly, like you can really, like you are master at feints, your skill level has just gone up so much, okay? When you train with feints and when you are able to do like the feints, you know that when you're able to do that and when you're able to now really hurt people with that, bam, you're like it's really hard to fight you, okay? Feints is key. You feint the jab out, you don't hit them, but you just feint them out. You do a little pump, okay? Again, I cannot do the technique because I'm sitting, but you just pump it out, pump it out. You maybe feint with the knee from the front kick. You feint, oh, I do a front kick. Or you feint like, I do a low kick. Whatever. So you feint the things out. There are a lot of other videos on YouTube, not just from my channel, of feints. Just when you want to learn something about feints, I probably did not make a video about this. Just go on YouTube, search for some video about feints. But really learn to implement feints on your strategy. So a simple thing you can do is just hurt them with some shots. So for example, just jab, jab. And just get them thinking about it, jab. And then you feint the jab out and then you do something else. Because they're thinking about the jab, they will now maybe react. They want to parry. Now they open here, poof. Okay? Example. Like feints is most of the time where the knockouts happen. Okay? So you need to learn feints. And now the last thing that's a training method is do quick stance back workouts. And now that's how I call it. Quick stance back workouts. Now what that means is in our fights or in our sparring, we cannot be like this. Okay? I see that a lot of times as well myself. And I see that it just doesn't work. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to throw jab and a body hook. Jab, and now they go out, but I said to myself I'm going to draw a body hook as well, and so even if they moved out, I don't adapt, I draw the body hook, and now I'm exposed, and now I get knocked out. Now that's not how it works. We need to have quick senses and see, move jab, oh they're moving out, now a high kick, because they're now out, but I have the distance here. We're going to throw a high kick. We need to have the quick senses to like, poof, oh, now he's doing this, bam. The reaction time as well. And so what quick sense heavy back training is, it's not really training your reaction time, you can also do that, I made a video about this, but what this is just training quick senses. So that means just in your normal back work, that's your normal back work. Now that's just the art of back work that we are going to do the whole time. It's just, we are not going to go out, okay, now, oh, what combination I'm going to throw, oh, like a body hook and cross. No, we go in and we don't really know what we are throwing, but we now go in and we envision an opponent. Oh, jab, now he's open to the body, now he's open to the head, and that's now our combination. We built that like on the booth, okay? So I don't even know what I'm throwing. Maybe I feint, oh, body hooks, open move, okay? You do that. I just punch my table. And that's the quick sense heavy back training. You go in, You don't really know what you're throwing, but maybe you feint, you work on your feints on the heavy bag, and then you see or you envision, oh yeah, he's open to the body, I'm going to do a body kick. Okay, so for example, this is how it is. I hope I help you getting better at sparring. It's really the key, like revising your mistakes, going back every time at home and taking the extra time at home. Okay, that's key.
Okay guys, so welcome, it's me, another day. I just edited the video and I saw that I missed one thing. In this video I just had 7 steps, so the last step and the 8th step to getting better is drilling right. And how do you drill right when you want to get better fast, when you want to improve your technique fast? Well, you just need to start training slow. Start training slow, okay? Don't instantly, when you want to learn a new technique, bam, instantly fast. No, do it slow, bro. Do it slow first and then pick up the pace the better you get every rep. And put in the reps. Put in the reps and try to get better with every rep. That's important to getting better. And to add a little bit more to that, I just wanted to say, when you want to improve your technique, film it and look at other people, compare it to other fighters, see how they are doing this, really put it frame by frame in maybe a CapCut or another app, put it frame by frame and see how they are doing it, okay? And that's how you get better. This process alone, this is why I say you this. I do that, it works for me, so I know it will work for you because it's just proven, okay? A lot of fighters are doing this. So really, this is really the key here. I see you back soon.